Okay, good morning, everyone, and thank you all for being here today. I am Barbara Rooney. I'm the director of the California Office of Traffic Safety. We're gathered here to announce new collective efforts to address a critical, preventable safety issue, and that is the serious risk of unchecked recalls. This is an urgent call for vehicle owners to get all open recalls fixed immediately. I would like to thank the state and national partners with us today. Tim Corcoran with the New Motor Vehicle Board has been instrumental in getting all of us to join forces and inform drivers that all vehicle recalls can be repaired for free. And I will stress that, free. I also want to thank the National Safety Council, the California New Car Dealers Association, and all of the franchise dealers at the Cerritos Auto Square. Your efforts and resources have helped make life-saving repairs on millions of vehicles. And yes, I'm going to get back to free. I did say free. And that is whether it is here at an authorized dealer at the Cerritos Auto Square or another authorized dealer. It does not matter where you bought your vehicle. Recalls are serious and potentially deadly. Dealers are here to fix them for that very reason, and I will say it for a third time, free of charge. I'm going to talk about the facts here. According to the National Safety Council, this is a staggering number. There are roughly 700,000 registered vehicles still in California right now that are still fitted with defective, potentially deadly Takata airbags. This is nearly 10 years after the largest recall in automotive history and after multiple attempts to notify vehicle owners of affected vehicles. Our state, sadly, has more vehicles with unrepaired airbags than any other state in this country. In Los Angeles and Riverside alone, there are nearly 300,000 vehicles that have not been repaired with these airbags. Since February, the California Department of Motor Vehicles has included vehicle safety recall information on the vehicle registration renewal notices for vehicles with open recalls. And this month, the DMV will also start issuing notices to the last known registered owners of the vehicles on file that have these defective Takata airbags that have not been fixed. This notice that's going out provides resources for scheduling a free repair and information on how to check for any open vehicle recalls. Because automakers and even the DMV don't always have the most recent vehicle owner information on file, it is important to still use the National Safety Council's Check to Protect program to check the recall status of your vehicle online. And I'm going to say this a few times, checktoprotect.org. And that's really the key word. The key word is check. So remember this, checktoprotect.org. Our speaker from the National Safety Council will have more on the Check to Protect program in just a moment. It is an easy, and I want to stress that, easy way to check if your vehicle has an open safety recall. And if it does have an open recall, again, I want to reiterate, it is free and it is easy to get it fixed. And you'll hear more about that from our speakers in a moment. The highest risk vehicles, you might be surprised, are older. These are vehicles that are nearly 15 to 25 years old that are likely with their second, their third, or perhaps even their fourth owner, who may very well be unaware that there is an outstanding recall on their vehicle. And this is why it is so important, it is so critical to check to protect. And again, I'm going to repeat that one more time, checktoprotect.org. It cannot be stated enough how important It is to get the defective Takata airbags, to identify any open recalls for that, and to get those matters corrected right away. Those airbag canisters in defective airbag inflators, they could explode and spray sharp metal fragments toward the driver and the passengers in these vehicles. Folks, this is like a grenade shooting out shrapnel. Very, very serious. The defective airbags have killed 27 people in the United States already, including 4 California residents, and has injured more than 400 others nationwide. So the risk is so high that certain older vehicles have a do not drive warning on those vehicles. So we implore all of you listening and watching, and to any of our community leaders and local leaders who are tuned in to this message, please, please drive your community toward safety and encourage them to check for safety recalls on their vehicles. If you get this recall notice from the DMV, which I have here, a little prop for any of you who see this notice, or you get a recall from the vehicle manufacturer, again, we encourage you, please take it seriously and get that open recall fixed. This is not junk mail. I know how easy it is to receive these types of things in the mail and not take them seriously and assume they are junk mail. They are not junk mail. This notice is your ticket to a free repair that could save your life and perhaps the life of the people who are riding in the car with you. So I want to thank you all again for being here today. Thank you for tuning in. And I would now like to introduce our next speaker, and that is Anthony Bento. He is the Chief Legal Officer of the California New Car Dealers Association. Thank you.
Thanks, Barbara, and thank you all for being here on this important day. Good morning, everyone. My name's Anthony Bento. As Barbara mentioned, I'm the Chief Legal Officer of the California New Car Dealers Association. On behalf of the California New Car Dealers Association and the 1,400 franchise new car dealers in the state of California, I wanted to thank the Office of Traffic Safety and Barbara, the New Motor Vehicle Board and Tim Corcoran, who you're going to hear from later, the National Safety Council, and the Cerritos Auto Square for organizing this important event. Completion of vehicle safety recalls is an important public service that dealers provide to communities throughout California. Working together with our automaker partners, dealers ensure that recalls are completed for customers free of charge at convenient locations throughout the state. The scope of the Takata airbag recall is unprecedented. It impacts 67 million airbags, over 40 million vehicles, and they are of 34 separate brands, and 19 different automakers are involved in the recall. So it is truly unprecedented. The amount of vehicles on the road is extraordinary. Tragically, over a dozen people have died of this defect, and over 400 people have been injured. And as Barbara mentioned, when this happens, when this defect occurs, it can be like shrapnel hitting passengers, in some cases young children, and it's truly tragic. So please pay attention, as Barbara mentioned, if you get a recall notice from the DMV or your automaker. Thankfully, dealers are in communities throughout California, stand ready to fix these vehicles. If you get a notice informing you that your vehicle is subject to a recall, as we mentioned, as Barbara mentioned, do not ignore it. You can also check to see the recall status of the vehicle on checktoprotect.org, or simply Google vehicle recall status. You'll be able to go on to the Check to Protect website or NHTSA's website to be able to access all of that important information. So if you find out your vehicle is impacted, please contact your vehicle brand's nearest dealer to schedule an appointment to get your car fixed. It's always a good